Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 most favorite Ghostface killers. Now I will be making a full Ghostface ranking video soon, but I wanted to start by sharing my top 5 choices. Now with 13 official candidates, and I personally consider there to be 14 candidates, as I stand behind the fact that there were 2 killers in Scream 3, with Angelina being the accomplice, but we only had one Ghostface reveal. But no matter where you stand on the numbers, there are lots of choices either way. So the time has come right now for me to make my picks, and I have a feeling things are about to get very bloody. Let's go! So I want to remind everyone that these picks are just my personal opinion and preferences, right? There's no wrong list, as all of us like different things and different aspects of these killers in the franchise. So having said that, guys, in the background, here are my personal top 5 Ghostface killers. Coming in at number 5 is Mickey Altiari. And I really love the fact that Mickey... We don't know, well, first of all, we don't know a lot about Mickey. We really don't. But he is in it for the pure joy of doing it. He is into killing people because that's what he likes to do. As Mrs. Loomis said, she found him on a serial killer website. So he was already active and eliminating people before he came onto the scene with Debbie Salt or Loomis, or Nancy Loomis, rather. Dr. Loomis, different movie. So Mickey, there's, like I say, there's a lot unknown, but the fact is he was a thrill killer. That's what he did it for. Why he did it. He enjoyed it, and he was brutal. I mean, the kills that he has in Scream 2, his attacks. I mean, the opening, just the opening alone. I mean, guy is just absolutely brutal, and it's so over the top. Like even the way when he's stabbing Maureen Evans as she's walking down the aisle of the movie theater, that last little stab he does where he like puts his head back, like, it's so animated. It's so, he's loving it. He's enjoying it. And he's flat out crazy. So I absolutely love him. He's my number 5 favorite Ghostface killer. Coming in at number 4 is Roman Bridger. Yes, I like Roman Bridger a lot. I think that Roman brings a lot to the table. I love the fact that I do believe he had an accomplice, but to pull off what he did, I mean, I'm looking at him in totality, how he started the entire thing, right? He instigated it all from the beginning with Billy and Stu, and how all that time, he lets the time go by patiently before he does what he does in 3 and keeps it all secret. It went to the point of filming his, Maureen, all those things. It took a lot of patience, a lot of planning, and I thought that he was a great Ghostface. So really enjoy Roman Bridger. He was tough, and all of the kills in Scream 3, I think the majority of those were him. Angelina did a few here and there, for sure, but he was the majority of the kills, and I absolutely enjoy Roman Bridger as a Ghostface. Some people say he's too whiny for their taste, and I do understand, like, the sentiment of where you're coming from, those people are coming from, but it never bothered me. It was never a distraction to me. I always just thought it kind of reflected all that time that had passed by, that he kept all that concealed and secret within him, and now he's got Sydney in front of him at the end, and it all comes out. So I thought I never had a problem with it. But that's my number 4, guys. Roman Bridger for my number 4 choice. Now coming in at number 3 is the one and only Jill Roberts. Yes, that's right. Sydney's cousin from Scream 4, my number 3 most favorite Ghostface killer. Tell you what, it was a shock whenever it was revealed that it was her. I will never forget being in the theater, and when that mask comes off and it's Jill, my jaw just dropped. I did not suspect it ever at all. Like, she was supposed to be the next final girl in the series, and no. Here she is, a Ghostface killer. So it was mind-blowing. And then the way she was so cold. I mean, she's emotionless, completely cold towards everyone. I mean, the way she treated everyone and the fact of how she treated herself. You know, the self-mutilation there at the end of the movie where she's hurting herself. It's like, oh my gosh, she is like next level insane, absolutely just completely insane. She's just lost it and brutal, and that's just another level of brutality what we saw from Jill Roberts in that finale. So I've loved her ever since then, and I've always ranked her very high, and absolutely my number 3 choice, Jill Roberts. All right, coming in at number 2 is Billy Loomis. Oh yeah, Billy Loomis, one of the originals, and talking about someone who is a absolutely just sociopath. I mean, just absolutely psychotic. And what he did also kind of in a lot of ways, you know, mirrors Roman. I mean, here he is, you know, having killed Maureen Prescott, and then he's dating her daughter for a whole year. They are dating. All the while, Sidney has no idea what he's done and what he's planning to do on the anniversary of her mom's death. I mean, the level of evilness that requires to do that and manipulation is off the charts. So Billy Loomis, just absolutely a perfect serial killer, a perfect Ghostface. He was absolutely the most brutal, not the most brutal necessarily, but one of the most brutal in the franchise, hands down. And again, I like to look at the total picture, not just like kills and things like that. I like to look at the mindset of it, the psychological component. And that is, with Billy, it's huge, like it was with Roman. So to me, that earns extra credits, if you will, in the rankings for being a Ghostface killer. So Billy Loomis, guys, is my number 2. And finally, at number 1, you guys probably know who I'm about to say. Ladies and gentlemen, it is none other than the one and only Stumacher. That's right. Rise up, Stu Nation. My most favorite Ghostface killer in the franchise for all 6 films is Stumacher. And he was the ultimate charismatic thrill killer. He killed because he loved it. Remember what he said? It was fun. He did it because he liked it. Just like Mickey. Him and Mickey are very similar type of killers. They're not in it for specific motives like Billy and Jill were. This was and Roman. But Mickey and Stu were very much killing because they enjoyed doing it. They were, like in this case, you've got Stu killing with his best friend Billy, very close friend Billy. But people often say, "Oh, you know, Stu was just a lapdog. He wasn't, there wasn't nothing to him." And I completely disagree. I think there's a lot more to Stumacher than meets the eye, and that sense of humor, that charismatic personality, that all helped cover up, I think, what is a much more darker presence in Stumacher. And I think that if we get Stu back in Scream 7 or a future Scream film, there's going to be some growth in that area. You're going to see development, and you're going to see that side of him more than you did when he was a 17-year-old kid. But I'm telling you right now, there is more complexity to Stu than meets the eye. And he's absolutely my number 1 killer in the franchise, Ghostface in the franchise. Love Stu, and you guys know that. Whether or not he ever returns doesn't change my fact of he's ranked number 1. Just a fantastic character. I love the character, and the fact that he can flip the switch from being a funny, charismatic jokester to a brutal, savage killer on a flip of a dime is fantastic. So Stumacher my number one most favorite Ghostface killer. All right, guys, those are my top 5 most favorite Ghostface killers in the first 6 films. I will say an honorable mention does go out to Detective Bailey from Scream 6. So stay tuned, guys. Whenever I do my full Ghostface rankings, I will rank all of them in my preferred order, not just the top 5. So you'll see how the rest come out. But he's definitely up there. But yeah, this includes 6. As of right now, until I see 6 more, until it really gets into my DNA, these are still my top 5, and they may still be my top 5 even after that. But no one has cracked those 5 for me yet. But stay tuned, right? These things are subjective, as I said, and they can change over time with different viewings and different moods that I'm in and all of those good things. But all right, guys, listen, I want to know what you think about my top 5 Ghostface killers. What are your thoughts and ideas? And also, who are your top 5 Ghostface killers if you had to rank them? So start leaving your comments below and your rankings below in the comments section now, and we can discuss it together. And I look forward to seeing your rankings. I always enjoy reading them. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this update. I'll be back soon, though, with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.